If you do not get your decision muscle right and learn to be a confident decision maker, you will never reach your goals. If you do not exercise the muscle of confident, fast decision making, you will never achieve the goals that you have. Your life will pass you by. You hear a lot of the times, I feel like my life is passing me by. I feel like I'm not going anywhere. I'm spinning my wheels. I'm doing everything. My life's going to pass me by. You're right. It will. It is a harsh truth. Even in the thinking of, positive psychology, we say, well, that's just like, oh my God, that's a terrible fate. It's like, yeah, it is. And it's up to us to exercise that muscle. If you feel like your life is passing you by, or you haven't made the progress, the real progress, or any real progress, look at your life in the past year. Where were you this time last year? Where were you this time 2 years ago? Where were you this time 5 years ago, a decade ago? Has there truly been substantial change? Is your income within 10 grand of what it's been in the last 5 years? If it is, you're not growing. You are not giving more service or more of yourself, because if you were, you would be having money thrown at you. It's true. It's a possibility. And more money, more solutions, more money, more options, more money, increased capability to reach and help more people. We're continuing the reading of Decision by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. This is chapter 8. And I'm skipping a little bit. Really, this isn't a playlist, and I'm reading the entire chapter, but I'm just skipping the last 2 pages of the whole story of the Declaration of Independence. I encourage you to read it. If you want a free PDF of this chapter, I'll send it to you. I highly recommend reading it, but it reads for a dry video. So I will read the whole thing, but not in this video. Napoleon Hill goes on to say, by decisions made in a similar spirit of faith, deciding, these men who decided to risk their lives for independence and sign the Declaration of Independence, they did it in the spirit of faith, and only by such decisions can men involve their personal problems, solve their personal problems, and win for themselves high estates of material and spiritual wealth. Let us not forget this. Literally what I just opened with. Analyze the events which led to the Declaration of Independence and be convinced that this nation, that this nation, which now holds a position of commanding respect and power among all nations of the world, was born of a decision created by a mastermind consisting of 56 men. Note well the fact that it was their decision which ensured the success of Washington's army became, because the spirit, they got into the spirit of it. The spirit of that decision was in the heart of every soldier who fought with him and served as a spiritual power which recognizes no such thing as failure. You must get into the spirit of absolute faith. What side of the river are you on? Fear or faith? Both fear and faith and fear demand that you believe in something that hasn't happened yet, that you cannot see. Why are you so quick to fear, to worry, and to doubt when something hasn't happened yet? Because of past experience, because of what people are saying, because you cannot control your own thoughts, because you have a weak muscle of the will, of focus, of imagination, poverty of mind. You can easily step over to faith, believing truly that you would not have been given the vision, you would not have been given the dream, you would have not have been given the desire if everything that was in you could make that come to fruition. You are never given a desire. You are never given a dream, a true dream of your heart, something that is the betterment for you and for everyone, that doesn't let you sleep, that never lets you go. True desires of your heart, when you have them, they're marching orders. They're not just dreams or wishes. They're not just fancies. You have to carry those through. Take it serious. Stop bullshitting yourself. Stop, pussyfooting around it. Stop, well, I don't know. You wouldn't have been given the desire and the dream or the idea if you didn't have everything. You wouldn't have been given the assignment if you weren't capable, basically. And that goes the whole thing. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. There's things that I can't fathom of. I don't care to want. And because probably I don't have the capability. We're not talking about ego desires, fleeting desires of the ego that come and go. You lose steam on them. I'm talking the deep ones. How you truly want to feel, how you want to show up in this world, how you want to serve, how you want to give, how you want to change your life and your families or people around you, your community, the world. It's possible. It's not foolish, but it takes work and discipline and doing daily study with great books like this. All right, so he says, note well the fact that in order that it was this decision that ensured Washington's success. Okay. Note also, with great personal benefit, that the power which gave this nation its freedom is the selfsame power that must be used by every individual who becomes self-determining. This power is made up of the principles described in this book. It will not be difficult to detect in the story of the Declaration of Independence at least 6 principles desire. Okay, it will not be difficult to detect in the story of the Declaration of Independence at least 6 of these principles that are described in this book: desire, decision, faith, persistence, and the mastermind, and organized planning. Throughout this philosophy will be found the suggestion that thought, backed by strong desire, has a tendency to transmute itself into the physical equivalent. Let's really have that soak in. Thought backed up with strong desire has a tendency to transmute itself into the physical equivalent. That means something that has so much energy behind it in the unseen world, the thought world, the emotional, energetic world. When we put our will and our focus and everything strong in that, it will come out in some sort of manifestation in one way or another. That is how things are manifested. It will become its physical equivalent. Before passing on, I wish to leave with you the suggestion that one may find in this story and in the story of the organization of the United States Steel Corporation a perfect description of the method by which thoughts makes this astounding transformation. In your search for the secret of the method, do not look for a miracle, because you will not find it. You will find only the eternal laws of nature. These laws are available to every person who has the faith and the courage to use them. They may be used to bring freedom to a nation, or to accumulate riches, or any goal that you want. There is no charge save the time necessary to understand and appropriate them. We just must put in the time. If you want time and money freedom, you must give your time and money. If it was free and it was easy, everybody would be doing it. The only way, if you see anybody who has ever is successful, people you look up to, they have given their time and they have invested their money, period. To have time and money freedom and to live this life, you got to give it first. It is never just given for free for nothing. You have to pay the price. And that's with time and money. Investments, smart investments in yourself, in your personal development, in your health, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. You will find only the internal laws working here, the law of laws. These laws are available to every person who has the faith and the courage to use them. You only have to put in the time necessary to appropriate them. Those who reach decisions promptly and definitely know what they want and generally get it. Those who reach decisions promptly and definitely know what they want and they usually get it. Be that person. I used to naturally be that person. Then I lost my mojo. Now I'm back. Now it's true. And it is a constant exercise of my faith muscle to truly believe, to shut out all the voices that I'm selfish, that, oh my God, I'm full of myself, that I'm have, just materialistic goals. Everybody can kiss my ass. I don't care. And you should take that philosophy. If you want something and you know it's for the highest good, for yourself and for the world, and it's something good for the expansion of yourself, and it'll bring joy and light, do it. And don't let anything stop you. Be decisive. Those who reach decisions promptly and definitely know what they want and generally get it. The leaders in every walk of life decide quickly and firmly. That is the reason, that is the major reason why they are leaders. The world has the habit of making room for the man whose words and actions show that he knows where he's going. That is so true. The world has a habit of making room for the man whose words and actions show that he knows where he's going. Indecision is a habit which usually begins in youth. Indecision is a habit that we're taught people aren't decisive. Maybe you grew up with somebody really decisive. You're lucky. You probably are a leader and you should be having your own YouTube channel. Indecision is a habit which usually begins in youth. The habit takes on permanency as the youth grows through graded school, high school, and even through college without definiteness of purpose. The major weakness of all educational systems is that they neither teach nor encourage the habit of definite decision. Unfortunately, the current educational system makes decisions for you, wants to control you, and tell you where to go and what to do to benefit whoever. It would be beneficial if no college would permit the enrollment of any student unless and until the student declared his major purpose in matriculating. It would be of still greater benefit if every student who enters the graded schools were compelled to accept training in the habit of decision and forced to pass a satisfactory examination on this subject before permitted to advance in the grades. That's great. The habit of indecision acquired because of the deficiencies of our school systems goes with the student into the occupation he chooses, if in fact he chooses his occupation. Think about the majority of people who are in college or who in a major and they just go with the status quo. They just follow the trajectory of what they think or what their professors tell them or what their colleagues or people ahead of them. I remember when I was in grad school for psychology, I knew right away, thank God, because I was older and I know what I want, definiteness of purpose. I knew that I was not going to just be a therapist, that I wasn't just going to be a full-time therapist. No, thank you. Personally, for me, I love to create content. I love to create conscious content, to teach, to explore, to travel, to do all these kinds of things. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm really kind of walking the walk. And anybody who knows me knows that. Anybody who, and I can say that confidently. I have faith and trust in myself. Is it work? Yeah. Am I perfect? No. But majority, 98%, 99.9% of the time, I do what I say. So the habit of indecision is acquired basically due to the deficiencies of our school system. It goes with the person into the occupation that they choose, even if they're the ones that chose it. Generally, the youth just out of school seeks any job that can be found. He takes the first place he finds because he has fallen into the habit of indecision. 98 out of every 100 people working for wages today are in the positions they hold because they lack the definiteness of decision to plan a definite position and the knowledge of how to choose an employer. Definiteness of decision always requires courage, sometimes very great courage. The 56 men who signed the Declaration of Independence staked their lives on the decision to affix their signatures to the document. The person who reaches a definite decision to procure the particular job and make life pay the price he asks does not stake his life on that decision. He stakes his economic freedom. Isn't that a goal? Financial independence, riches, desirable business, and professional positions are not within reach of the person who neglects or refuses to expect, plan, and demand these things. Let's read that again. Financial independence, riches, desirable business, and professional positions are not within reach of somebody who neglects or refuses to expect, plan, and demand these things. The person who desires riches in the same spirit that Samuel Adams desired freedom for the colonies is sure to accumulate wealth. In the chapter on organized planning, you will find complete instructions for marketing every type of personal service. You will find also detailed information on how to choose the employer you prefer and the particular job you desire. These instructions will be of no value to you unless you definitely decide to organize them into a plan of action. Chapter 8. That was chapter 8. You have now, if you watched I think it just took 3 videos. So I have a playlist that is on chapter 8, Decision from Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. If you have never read it or you want to, listen to the videos. I'll read it for you with my commentary and hopefully fun flair. But if you want a copy, a PDF, free PDF, I'll send it to you. What else? I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that chapter helped you to understand the importance of decision, being decisive. As we talked about the other day, which is now the bookmark for this. Well, it's another bookmark. To decide, to cut off and kill any other option. Burn the boats. Burn the boats. What boats do you need to burn? What decision do you need to make? And like me, trick yourself. Make the decision for a week. Make the decision for a month. Make the decision for 90 days. Make the decision for 120 days. Make the decision for 6 months. Make the decision for a year. Make a firm decision to stop doing or start doing something that will completely change your life, something that'll help you grow, something that'll get you out of your comfort zone, something that you've been putting off. Make the decision today. It doesn't have to be the first of the month. It doesn't have to be a Monday. It doesn't have to be a whatever. It doesn't have to be a birthday, a holiday. Make it today, this day. I don't care when you're hearing this, whatever day it is to you. Start today. Plan, expect, work towards, make a decision, a committed decision. Get an accountability partner. Join a mastermind group, join a coaching program, contact me. I teach coaching programs. I am a coach. I'm an accountability, instructor, basically. If you truly want to change things, hold yourself accountable. Put some skin in the game. If you do not invest in yourself, you will never follow through. Time, money, blood, sweat, tears. You have to invest. You have to put some skin in the game. I hope you enjoyed that. We will start. I want to do chapter 9, persistence. That'll be the next addition to the playlist. And I will start that on Monday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week.